everyone, I thought I'd make an appearance. So I'm slowly getting better. I had a good report from the physio. For those that don't know or are new, I've had a total shoulder replacement and also torn tendons. So that's why it's taking a long time to heal, because I'm absolutely not allowed to do anything with my right arm. So I've become a lefty. So my friend Heidi came along and she said, come on, you've got to get out. And she tidied me up and said I looked okay to go out, and we wanted to go and have a coffee. And I said, I would love to go to a Vinnies shop. So she took me, and I came away with just a small haul, about, I don't know if it was quite $40 worth. But I bought some of these because I watched Sonia Stepko's video on a sewing journal and I loved it. So I didn't have much to do with sewing, so I went and got some patterns because she had pages with some lovely ladies cut out and put on there. And you can always do lots with the tissue paper. So I got a few. Here's two that are left to do. And I've already cut the others out. And this is the little packet where all the cut out ones, or I might still have to fussy cut them. And then I went ahead and thought I'll do a bit of ephemera, and I can manage the bookmarks. So I just cut out some book pages. I had some fairly heavy ones. If they're not heavy enough, I can always glue them onto some coffee date paper or cardboardy things. And I just made up a few bookmarks. I hope I'm holding the camera or my phone still enough. I did this little girl. I thought that was very pretty. And this one. And I don't think I need to show you how to make them. I'm still very awkward. I've got this little, I've got my right arm in this sling, and the kids are calling it dinosaur arm. So sometimes I help myself with my right hand, and it looks very awkward. I wouldn't like to come on camera. So this one turned out nice, I thought. And she's a happy little cheerful girl. And oh, my lady. Look at the fashions. Oh, this is all sort of from the 60s, what I hold, 60s and 70s. But you can see by the fashion that they're around that era. Hang on, I can't get that one off. And this little girl. So I made a few until my arm ached, and then I had to stop, of course. Got a few doilies. So this is one. I thought it was cute with a little cup. I keep my teaspoons in a vintage sort of vase next to where the coffee jug is, instead of the drawer. And I thought that'd be nice to just sit it on top there. So I'll move that out of the way. And then I have some doilies. This is one, and you can help me out. Oops, sorry. What that is for, it has a slit. Now, does it fit over a tissue box? Yes, it does. But when you pull the tissue out, you, of course, also pull the doily up. So I'm not sure if it is for that. So if someone can tell me what that was used for, that'd be really good. Got a pillow slip. I need to scan this because I love this embroidery. And I want to scan it. I won't use the actual until I have a few scans anyway. Then I was in need of a few hankies, so I bought myself some hankies. They were all $1 each, and that's just plain white linen. That's sort of a mottled one, and I intend to keep them, but the embroidery I can scan because I'm absolutely desperate for some hankies. That's a very nice, pretty design. So I'll scan them and then keep them for my own use. I think that's the right side, is it? No, this is. There we are. That's very pretty too. And then I saw this blue set. Oh, where is it? There we are. I'll go out a bit. An oblong, 2 oblongs, but one larger and one smaller. Then there was this one. I'm a sucker for doilies. I've got them all around the place. And there was this one, and it's very tattered, and they just, there, see this corner here? But they just threw it in anyway. It's not that I had to pay for it, but I like that design there. Very glittery. I don't know if I can fix the corner, otherwise for scanning again, I guess. Then there's this one there, and this very lacy one. Not sure how that will use as a hanky, but it's almost doily kind of like. Then I got this scarf, and while I don't really like the design that much, like it's very, what would you say, it's not distinct enough. I love the trim, and I think a couple of bucks was worth for the trim, so I'll get that trim off. Wait on, I think I've got it round the wrong way. Left-handed. There we are. I'll get that trim off, and I can use it on something. Then I got this little scarf there, and it has all those rounds, so I'm going to take that apart as well and iron all these little circles. It looks like crochet work. I'm not 100% sure, but yeah, that's what I'll do with that. And it's huge long, like it's so long. Okay, next I've got this roll. Now I'm not sure what it is. It feels stiff. Whether it's some backing, maybe to do with quilting. I'm not sure, and the people at the desk weren't sure either. So if you know what this is, but I almost want a watercolour on it. So yeah, I'll see how that goes. I bought it, that it was virtually thrown in. Then I went down into the patterns, and I got some old graph paper, and it even has some work on it that somebody designed, which I reckon is gold. And there's another sheet. That was just a loose piece of pattern for something. So I don't know what I'll do with that, but something. Found that in one of the books, a list with prices. Somebody obviously sold something, and yeah, so I intend to use that. A very old Woman's Weekly extract. It is June 74. So I thought that was worth it. I like, I like this sort of thing here. Oh, and I put it in as ephemera. And yeah, this one the same. Oh, sorry. It is 68 and has some advertisements on it, which could be handy, active. Look at that. Still got that these days. And that's rather cute. I won't go through the whole book. You know how they look and what they are. But I thought something like that could go nearly as a journal page in a kid's journal. Yeah, because they're all toys, I think. Was it called toys? Oh yes, it comes out of this, I think. There we are. And I think these illustrations and then the patterns, I was very interested in that one. Then there's this one. It's very old. It doesn't say the date, does it? September 74. So if only for cutting out, again, girls, boys, ladies, gentlemen, for the journal maybe. Then I got a border in English. I know my mum gets or used to get some of these in German, but they have a lot of these figures, which I'm very interested in for the sewing journal. I don't know if I should colour them in. If I get too bored, I could. And then there's again this, a pattern of some sort, spiral socks. There you go. If anybody wants a pattern for spiral socks, let me know. I'll photocopy it and send it to you. And this is again just, you know, I love like bedwetting cured, your personal horoscope, get that famous crushing feeling. And then again, these pictures, perhaps for the journal. This doesn't have much, just knits, but I was interested in cutting these out. What else have I got here? A Woolworths for the family. That took my eye. It's fairly newish, I think. Sorry. I probably shouldn't post this video. It's probably too silly. No, it doesn't say anywhere, but I got it because of cutting out pictures. This one here has all these letters. I think I basically again got it for the journal. I thought that would nearly make a journal page. It's the whole page, and that's very colourful. I sort of have to decide whether I'm doing a vintage journal. See, that's very nice for a journal page. It sort of had lots of things like that in it. And then the back has some interesting shapes and things. And then I hear everybody talking about golden hands. So when I saw this one, I thought, okay, I'm going to grab